Hello, this video is for the benefit of musical friends and acquaintances who've heard me going on about pedal steel guitar and trying to explain how it works, but now I can actually show you. The guitar itself is tuned in E because it's derived from a standard guitar tuning. With a few extra notes. But it is basically E. And it's played with a steel, which is where the steel bit comes in. And it has some pedals, which is the other part of the name. I'm going to show you the two most used pedals. I'm going to play up at the 8th fret, which will put the instrument into C. It's easy to hear what's going on that way. But I'm still going to talk in terms of E major tuning, so if you've got perfect pitch you're going to hate this part. Here is a basic E major triad. The first pedal, which is actually the third one on this instrument, takes the B up to a C sharp, which gives you a C sharp minor chord. The second pedal, which is actually the second pedal, takes G sharp up to A, which will give you a suspended fourth. And if you're a step ahead of me, you'll have realised that if I use both pedals together, I get an A chord. And then, if I move up 2 frets with the bar, I've got a B chord, which then I can resolve to an E again. Now, while we're changing from one chord to the other, the interval between those two strings is changing from minor to major. I can illustrate that by moving down 2 frets as I press the pedals. Which means that with a mixture of major and minor thirds we can harmonise a melody, something like this. And that's both pedals moving up and down together. Now, apart from the pedals, hidden underneath the guitar are some knee levers. So while I can move my G sharp up to an A and my B up to a C sharp, I can also lower E to D sharp, which gives some interesting possibilities. If I just do that on its own, I get another minor chord. I've already got one minor chord. Now I've got another one. If I also suspend the G sharp on an A, I've got a dominant 7th. And that combination of raising the G sharp to A and lowering the E to a D sharp is a very useful little thing when you're modulating, because you can go. And also, if you want to be really clever, you can put a suspended 9th in as well. then there's one other lever which, instead of lowering the E, raises it. Now if we go back to the C sharp minor chord, I can raise the E to an E sharp and get a C sharp major chord. Now if I move that C sharp major chord up 3 frets, it's going to be an E major chord. So I can start inverting these chords. I'll start with a plain E major triad. I'll turn it into C sharp major and move it up 3 frets so that it becomes another E major triad but inverted. Now if I take my A chord and move it up 7 frets, that becomes an E chord. So I've now got 3 inversions of E. And I think I'm right in saying this is the only instrument that can do that, because when I go from one chord to the next, each note is moving by a different interval. So when I do the first inversion, the B is going up to an E, that's a 4th, and the G sharp is going up a minor 3rd, and the E is going up a major 3rd. So each note is going up by a different interval. And I think this is the only instrument that can do that. You can do it with the trombone section or a string section, but the only individual instrument I can think of that does that. So, here's something that demonstrates some of the things I've been talking about. It's called Making Believe, believe it or not. And so on.